time allows, I'll see if I can jump back in.
Sure. Okay.
Question goes to James Hill.
Hey, Coach, I hope you and everybody on the highest of Seven Hills are well. Life without MJ as he moves forward. Just talk about the NBA and guys having an opportunity to play from HBCUs. We've watched Earl the Pearl, we've watched Marvin Webster, a lot of guys who have come through, Ben Wallace, if you will. Just talk about HBCU guys getting an opportunity to play at the highest level.
Well, I'll very good question, James, and I'll add one a former or forever Rattler, Clement Johnson, who actually played on the World Championship Philadelphia 76ers team, I think, and they won it in '83. And so, you know, it's an area that we still, from a recognition standpoint, that we're still fighting. We talk to our players about this message, that if you can play, they'll find you, whether you attend an HBCU or not. And sometimes that message it's difficult to resonate with players because so often they're told by others that you have to play at a Power 5 conference, or you have to play in this conference or that conference to be seen. And so our response is, if the NBA teams will go to Asia, to Africa, literally all over the world, to find players, it should not be difficult to accept the fact that they'll discover you at HBCU. And it was really rewarding in Chicago at the G League Combine. Literally. Sorry, they were running a fire drill. It was just a test. Sorry about that. But in Chicago at the G League Combine and the NBA pre-draft camp, there were 3 players from HBCUs. I was MJ Randolph, and the outstanding rebounder center from Texas Southern, along with the player from Howard University. So it really made us feel good to have three players from HBCUs at that event in Chicago. And I think you're going to see more and more of that in years to come. And again, it can become a great recruiting tool, as well as just great opportunities for each individual player, each individual school that's represented.
Coach, in closing, the NIL concept and the transfer portal. In years previous, the transfer portal, guys would have to sit out and that sort of thing. But just talk a little bit about that COVID waiver, and I know we're moving forward, but the transfer portal and what that looks like, and guys have opportunities in NIL.
Well, you touched on 2 huge issues, and you know, quite frankly, here, the NIL situation, unfortunately, we really haven't scratched that surface very much, and hopefully that would change. You know, because we want our student athletes to have as many opportunities as possible. From a transfer portal standpoint, you may recall here that just recently, last month, the NCAA passed new legislation, just whereby they've created windows. So in other words, players will have to make a decision in a shorter period of time. And so that will help coaches, that will help programs, just in terms of having smaller windows to make those decisions about transferring. They'll still have those opportunities to transfer and play immediately, but the windows for opportunities would be smaller. We have 2 players on this year's team. We have a transfer from Lamar and one from Brown University. And I think it's safe to say, going forward, like most schools, we'll continue to to look at transfer of players for opportunities to come in and hopefully help right away.
Thank you, sir. Have a great season. We look forward to covering you once again.
Thanks so much, James.
Coach, we sincerely appreciate your time and good luck this season.
I think our previous caller had another question, I think.
Okay, sure. We can get one more question in. Dr. Cavill?
Thank you. I'll keep it quick.